Welcome, O wanderers of the wavelength, to the inner sanctum of the chilluminatti. You didn't find us by accident. You were tuned in. Behind this veil of shadow and signal, we gather, not to follow, but to question. So light your candle and lean back 33 degrees. Close the blinds and forget what they told you was real.
That you can't go on, and you're sinking low.
It's the Saturday night chilluminatti. My name's Jimmy. I'll be your master of ceremonies tonight. Shh. Don't tell nobody.
Wondering aloud how we feel today. Last night sipped the sunset, my hand in her hair. We are our own saviors as we start, both our hearts beating live into each other. Wondering aloud, will the years treat us well? As she floats in the kitchen, I'm tasting the smell here. Of toast as the butter runs, then she comes, spilling crumbs on the bed.
There goes Jethro Tull.
And it's only the giving that makes you what you are.
There he goes. Ooh, sorry, didn't mean to cough in your face. Sorry about that, Rio.
That's all right.
I just took a big bong hit. And it just exploded in my chest as it expanded. And the THC hit my bloodstream.
The devil's lettuce, huh?
I guess. That's what they say sometimes. You never know. I've cut so far back, it's not even funny. I mean, I'm hardly smoking at all anymore. I mean, I'm smoking when I do a show, but the rest of the day, no. For some reason. I'm just...
Sometimes you just don't feel it, you know?
Yeah. Who knows? Hey, that was a good show last night. I enjoyed hanging out with you, man.
Yeah, that was a fun show last night. Some good conversation.
Yeah, and the Jacker called
Yeah,
in. The Jacker.
Jacker bringing it to the table.
Yeah, I appreciated the Jacker last night. He came correct. They used to say, if you don't come correct, don't come at all. You know what I mean? Come correct. So Rio and I were talking earlier before you guys got here. We were talking about some of these animated movies that came out. You know, some of these midnight movies. Used to go to the midnight movies, and there'd just be, what was it, like $3.50? Because it was at midnight. You just go in there, and they played all these movies that, you know, you wouldn't see. Like Rocky Horror Picture Show, obviously it was one.
No, it was cheaper than that. I think it was like $1.50.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing was, is they had all these movies that would play, like Fritz the Cat, for example. That was one. It was, you know, that was an X-rated cartoon. You know what I mean? I mean, from a movie perspective, I mean, Fritz the Cat, you know, it's got a plot. You know, it's working angles and stuff. There's a storyline. But, you know, that was one. What was another one? You remember any? With Heavy Metal, right?
Heavy Metal, yeah, that was a good late night movie. That was a party favorite back in the day.
Yeah, Heavy Metal. Another one was, which is one I was thinking about earlier, before the show, which is why I'm bringing it up, because Rio says he's never seen the movie Wizards, and this
maybe I have, I just don't remember, but
no,
it doesn't sound familiar.
If you saw Wizards, you'd never forget it. You'd never forget you saw it. And, you know, and the other thing is, Rio and I, I don't know how many years ago it was, like 4 or 5 years ago, we were looking for that old thing from the UK where it's the 15-minute city, and it's the woman and her husband, and they got a little kid, and she's talking about what it's like living in this. We could never remember it. We were calling it Futuropolis was the name of the city. Futuropolis. So,
but it was like Peopleopolis or something.
It's something, yeah. It was nothing like what we were looking for. So, Exactamundo, Chris. Thank you. What was I saying? I got sidetracked by the chat.
About the movie we were looking for.
Yeah, that's why I can't be in the chat and do the show, because the minute I look at the chat, everything that I was thinking about goes out the window, because now I got to focus. Yes, Chris. All right, yeah, so anyway, Wizards. If you saw it, you'd never forget it. You know, I would say from an animation perspective, you know, it's not anime, but it's awesome. Like Mike. Mike is pimping it lately, he says. Who are you pimping it to, Mike? Mike's into the Wizards. All right, listen, I got a Wizards trailer here. I'm gonna throw it on YouTube real quick. So if you're over here on YouTube, in the Microcosm Jimmy Jean on YouTube, and let's see if I can pull this thing out. Where is it? Hold on. Here it comes. All right. Here's a trailer for Wizards late night movies back in the day.
When science and technology will be long forgotten. When humanity will rise from the ashes of nuclear holocaust. When wizards will rule the world. 20th Century Fox presents Wizards, a futuristic fantasy epic born in the mind of Ralph Bakshi, the master of animated magic. It is the story of two brothers, Avatar and Black Wolf, powerful wizards, and mortal enemies from the day they were born. Avatar, the good, who rules the peaceful kingdom of Montagar with wisdom.
Science and technology were outlawed millions of years ago.
And magic. Black Wolf, the future Führer.
Attention! Behold!
Who rediscovers the ancient secrets of propaganda, technology, and war. And sends out his mutant armies in a reign of unimaginable terror. In Wizards, you will also meet the lovely Princess Eleanor, the loyal elf Weehawk, and Peace, Black Wolf's evil robot henchman, who is transformed into an avenging instrument of justice. Wizards is a Tolkien world of fairies and elves, sorcerers, and demons. It is shot 10 million years from now, against strange and huge panoramic settings. And it is more fantastic, more enchanting, and more powerful than anything you've seen before. Wizard.
Man, I remember a long time ago, we had a channel called Short Attention Span Theater.
Mm-hmm.
Because we realized that these movie trailers from the 70s it's like basically the whole movie. In 2 minutes, they break off every single major point in the movie, every movie, whatever it is, whatever trailer it is. You can watch a trailer. You don't even have to see the movie. It's like Cliff Notes or something. They just like really went into it though back in the day. Like they spent 2 minutes. I mean, did you hear that whole thing?
What was it? Remember, we did a whole show on that guy that was like the voice of the movies. I forget his name now, but he was like the movie trailer guy. He was like in every movie trailer in like the 70s and 80s. Oh, what was his name? See, now you got me thinking. I can't remember.
I know.
Either.
What's the thing? That's what it was saying about that. That was the nano sapien thing, was that you had no short-term or long-term memory. You can't remember the name of some dude. You know exactly who it is. You can picture.
Oh, I got it. It's Don LaFontaine.
Well, I could see why I forgot his name.
Yeah, but he did over 100 movie trailers.
Yeah. See, you don't even know his name, but he's been kicking it old school. You could be standing next to him at the grocery store and you wouldn't even know it.
Oh, no. Don LaFontaine did over 5,000 movie trailers.
All right, listen. This was what we found right here when we were looking for that other thing. What was that other thing called anyway? Futuropolis? No. See, that's where we got screwed up.
I think it was Peopleopolis, wasn't it?
Peopleopolis. I don't know. Type it in and see if it comes up. But
I thought you found it, though.
No, I didn't find that. I found Futuropolis, which was the movie we found accidentally. But it's some weird like hybrid cartoon. I don't even know how to describe it. Movie.
Yeah, with the weird space kid. That was funny. I think we watched it on like New Year's Eve or something, right?
Yeah, it was something like that.
Or Christmas Eve, was something like that. But that was a trip, that movie.
All right, well, I got it up on the screen. And so while it's playing, see if you can find that other thing. about living in the future. And they said, they call it the freedom zone. She goes, yeah, the people over in the freedom zone. Blah, blah, blah. Says some shit. And every time I hear it, I think to myself, I wonder if everyone's thinking to themselves, they're the ones going to be in the freedom zone. Because they're going to get some meat, but they already exceeded their allotment for the month, and it's so and so's birthday, so they're trying to get a steak. This is the whole plot of that other thing. Rock and Rio. Imagine having to plot to go get yourself a steak.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have enough credits, man. All right, look, here comes Futuropolis. Let me go back. All right, ready? Here it comes. Futuropolis. Check it out. Here, I'll put the link in the chat. Here.
Yum. Hey, Spud, how about a space dog?
Yeah, why don't you shoot me one?
All right, here you go, big boy.
Oh!
Wow, look at that.
Oh, Captain, do something!
Right. Yow, my hands, he's radioactive.
Oh, something feels funny.
Captain, are you okay?
I'm okay, but look at Spud.
Oh, yucky.
Heavens.
What should we do?
Let's do something.
Hurry.
The Space Ranger handbook says to put his feet in a bucket of cold water and a damp towel on his forehead.
That won't help him.
I don't think he's a him anymore.
Let's see what the manual says about gender blur.
Oh, it's worse.
Let's see what the manual says about gender blur. That's an odd bit of dialogue in some crazy movie from the 80s, dude, when you say.
Yeah.
Like cybernetic biomechanical feedback.
But that means he's becoming homomechanistic.
That could result in total cellular implosion.
Oh my God, he's splitting into schizotrimorphic ectoplasm.
Once it reaches the primordial ooze level, the whole ship could be in danger.
They've shifted into an unstable transmutant phase.
They look real mad.
Don't let them get on you. Oh no, they're on the console. We better get them off the control.
Rock and Rio.
Yeah.
It's too much, dude.
It's insane, dude.
Who made this shit up?
I don't know. And you got to think back, right? It's like 1977, so this is like competing with Star Wars. You know, as far as special effects and stuff.
It's a mixed media animated sci-fi parody made by Steve Seagal and Phil Trumbo.
Not the fake judo guy.
No,
Steve
no,
Seagal.
no. Back in the pre-computer days, it was made in Richmond, Virginia, with the help of lots of volunteering friends. So this Steve Seagal only has 373 subscribers. So I would imagine.
I think we're two of them, probably.
Well, here, I'm going to subscribe right now. Here, make sure. There, I subscribed. Go subscribe to Steve Seagal.
And watch Futuropolis.
Yeah.
It's hysterical.
No, there's a plot to it, man. There's an evil genius and all that.
I know, but it's just watching the animation and the weirdness.
It's weird, man. Look at it.
Now they dealt with my mutating hot dog. Now let's see him deal with this.
said, "You dealt with my radioactive hot dog. Now let's see how you deal with this." There's just some dude off in some castle somewhere throwing him a little curveball in space.
Didn't they got stuck in like something, right? Like the one guy got stuck in a container or something at some point in the movie.
Yeah. Did we watch this whole thing?
We did. We sat and watched the whole 40 minutes of it. I think it was like we were doing like a New Year's Eve show or something.
We had nothing going on.
I'm pretty sure I was in Texas on my laptop and we were watching this on like New Year's Eve.
Trish said you should reverse speech it.
My hot dog, my radioactive hot dog.
Oh man. Well, that was that, and this is this, and it's Saturday night. Chilluminatti. I'm kicking it.
Amber wants to know what the difference between gender blur and gender bender is. Well, gender blur I would equate to what you see the girl at the end of the bar looks like through your beer goggles, and gender bender is it's not really a girl.
Huh. I was thinking gender blur was male and female being melded together molecularly. For this sake of what they're talking about in this movie. But I thought it was an interesting terminology to use in the 80s, and then in the future, there is a gender blur going on, between male and female. Personality types, the actual, women and men are meeting more in the middle instead of it being extreme one way or the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There is actually gender.
We call them metrosexuals over here.
Oh yeah.
It's the men with the plucked eyebrows and the polished fingernails. But they're not actually gay. They're just on that borderline of looking like they might be.
Man, you're in dangerous waters, my friend.
Well, that's what that's what it.
You're in deep waters. All right, hold on. What else was there? Well, fuck. There's that scene in Heavy Metal with it's the trial scene. Relax, Charlie, I got an angle, or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's shit you can't play on that movie for some reason. Certain movies, it's touchy.
I haven't seen Heavy Metal in probably like 20 years.
I still haven't seen, I was supposed to watch those movies. I still haven't watched them.
Which one?
The Heavy Metal parody one.
Oh, Spinal Tap?
Yeah. Spinal Tap. Exactly. All right, listen.
Spinal Tap is in the top 10 movies of all time, in my opinion. It's right up there with Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Can't go wrong with either one.
So you enjoyed Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
Oh, yeah.
Now, were you a English comedy fan? Or, because there's a certain kind of humor that used to come out of the UK.
I did. I liked that kind of... I was a big fan of Monty Python, in general. I used to watch The Flying Circus when it was on when I was a kid.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the other movie? Life of Brian, right? Was the...
Yeah.
And then there was another one. There was a third one that was... it escapes me at the moment.
We couldn't be more chill than we are.
I'm telling you, I can't remember. I think maybe the old age is setting in early. I can't remember anything anymore.
Maybe it's an occurrence.
Could be. Maybe it's the solar wind or something.
I'm just saying, maybe it's an occurrence and it's not just you all by yourself. Maybe lots of people are feeling the same thing, but they don't say nothing to it. they're thinking it to themselves or whatever, just in a conversation, and they can't remember something.
It's the lithium clouds, man.
I think there's been no aerosol disbursement since the government shutdown. Like
Oh no, there has. You
Oh,
should have
has it?
seen the other day. They sprayed the living crap out of us.
Oh, really? Well,
Oh,
now-
yeah.
And now you're expecting a nor'easter, and New Jersey's declaring a state of emergency at 11 o'clock p.m.
Yep, yep. It's going to be a rain nor'easter, so that's a good thing.
Rain, man.
Well, it was, I don't know, it was about five or 6 years ago. We had on Halloween, right? We had like 4 feet of snow come in 1 year. Like it broke trees. It was the weirdest thing, man. It was a super early snowstorm, but
Yeah, well, it's supposed to rain here all next week.
yeah, it's supposed to rain pretty heavy for the next couple days. High winds, 50-mile-an-hour winds.
It's the long, drawn out.
Almost hurricane level, but not quite.
Well,
But they said like 2 inches of rain, so I'm sure there's going to be roads washing out, and New Jersey is very prone to flooding in certain areas. So we actually moved our cars out of the one building and into the other one just in case. Over the weekend, or yesterday, rather.
well, check it out. We have the East Coast and the West Coast covered with the weather report. My name's Jimmy. That's Rockin' Rio over there. We are your friendly weathermen on Ground Zero Plus, right here, right now. Psst, don't tell nobody. Rockin' Rio. Remember when we used to be the show that told everybody to turn it off?
Yeah.
We're like, our audience won't grow, but we just want to, do you solid. We started to tell what's his nuts last night about not the hijacker. We started to tell him about coming out of the rabbit hole, but then he went down the rabbit hole.
He did. See, Ned the Powerful's got it right. Run away, run away. It's got big, nasty teeth and
Rockin' Rio. So, yeah. Hey,
and the
maybe,
holy hand grenade of Antioch.
maybe that's the question of the night.
What's that?
We should ask people to chime in these chats. And, are you finding yourself less able to remember obscure facts that you used to know off the top of your head? Antonio.
Yeah, I just saw that too. Welcome, Antonio.
What's happening?
Finally made it into YouTube chat.
All right. Nice. Fingerman's over there. Golden Eagle. Ned the Powerful's over there. Woohoo. Amber
All right.
2. Chris. Mike Mont. Polly's over there. Polly's over there. So, hey, listen. This here is not a late night movie, but it's definitely a late night show that you would watch. Because this used to run. Just you'd be able to find it on one of your channels when you got up and turned the actual channel on the TV. This shit was playing in reruns and some. Remember when there was only like, how many channels was there in the beginning? It was just 30 channels.
What, TV?
Yeah.
Let's see. We had 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 54, and 62. So 9 channels.
There you go. 9 channels. And a lot of those channels, there wasn't content back then, right? So all they would do is they'd rerun all this shit. I Love Lucy, Dennis the Menace. What else? Fucking, of course, The Twilight Zone, which I'm going to play a clip from right now. But Gilligan's Island.
There was a lot of black and white television.
Yeah, Gilligan's
reruns.
Island. We would run
Gilligan's
every
Island.
day.
Yeah.
Even though it was already in reruns back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't even live anymore. But, that shit would play over and over and over again, man.
Charlie's Angels was on at night.
Yeah, well, that was on regular TV, though. It was
Yeah.
like the 3 channels were always battling. and there was no Fox. That was before Fox. It was
Yeah, let's
80
see. Fox was what was Fox back in the day? We had Channel 5 here, but it was
There was no
we-
Fox.
it was yeah, but it was WNYW was Channel 5, and WPIX was Channel 11.
Yeah, I remember WPIX.
And they had that little video game where you could call in. You'd have to call in on your telephone and go pix, 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 to shoot the little laser from the space station. At, believe it or not, at the Twin Towers, because there was the number 11. So
Well, Antonio, you can call in again. You know, we got a phone number. So listen, did you sit there when you were a kid watching those shows over and over again? I Love Lucy, you know.
yeah, I watched I Love Lucy. What was the one with the
Yeah,
Leave It to Beaver was on there?
yeah.
Danny Thomas.
Dennis the Menace, Mayberry RFD or whatever.
And then at 4:00, Looney Tunes came on.
Yeah, see, it was like that every single day, huh? You
Yeah.
just watching that shit over and over again. So, but the thing is, man,
I remember I used to always get mad at Jimmy Carter because he would always interrupt the cartoons in the afternoon with his afternoon chats.
listen. Here's the thing. When you sit there and you watch these situation comedies that were happening, The Honeymooners is another one. You sit there and watch that shit, man. Lucille Ball, she was super intense as a businesswoman, and you know she's like a Jerry Lewis with that character.
Oh, she was like, she ruled Hollywood. She was like, you know, she ruled like the whole section with like an iron fist, from what I understand.
And check this out, she fucking those situations in those shows, those comedies, situational comedies. They've taken that shit and just all they do is put different actors and, you know, different people, whatever. Over the years, they've reused that shit over and over and over again. It's like these storylines that fucking play out. They've been playing out since I Love Lucy, fucking playing it out. Now they change a face, put a different face on it, shove it out there. A whole new group of people get trained by it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just keep rolling that shit out over and over again. So the thing is, man, that's why you jump to the conclusion, because you already fucking heard this story a million times, man. You've already seen this fucking shit. You already know what's going to happen. You don't have to waste your time looking at it, because you've seen the setup, you know, and you've seen the fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How many times, I mean, look at, if you're a kid sitting there watching TV, right? Sitting there. How many hours did you spend watching that shit? And I mean, you saw this one before, but you got to watch it anyway, didn't you? Did you watch them all over and over again, even though you saw it before?
Yeah, you know, the I Love Lucy with in the chocolate factory. That's a classic, right? I mean, I probably saw that, you know, 50 times through the course of my life, not more.
That's what I'm saying. But I don't know. I think, you know, I was watching this video earlier, and it was talking about this method of programming and your phone in your hand type of thing. Talk about colors and scrolling and all this shit. And it was talking about attention span. Used to be 12 seconds. Now it's down to 8 seconds, which is less than a fucking goldfish.
A goldfish is 9 seconds, right?
Right. So, you know, some
supposedly.
shit like this. Right. But the whole thing is that the conversation was talking about people thinking there's going to be some implant, and the guy was basically saying, well, you know, there is no implant. You just fucking have the phone in your hand, and you know, and all the colors and everything, the way it's set up to keep you scrolling, to keep your attention on something. And then it talked about the different emotions that it has, anger, frustration, and I can't remember what the other one was. Doesn't matter. Point is, it keeps you scrolling, and that's, you know, I don't know. So it was Elon Musk, you know, but I don't want to say it was Elon Musk because I really don't believe that it was. I think this seemed to me because there was a picture of Elon Musk, but he wasn't talking, and then there was a voice. led me to feel a little bit uncomfortable with it because it's probably an AI generated video that he didn't say any of that shit. But that what he was saying was true, except for it wasn't Elon Musk, is my point. And somebody put it out there like it's Elon Musk saying it. So that's why I can't really verify it was him saying it. But, bottom line is the technology they were talking about basically ties into a lot of the stuff and the research and shows we were doing, about 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Before all this, before it came a reality. I don't know. Anyhow, yeah. So all those shows, like I remember, there's an episode of Gilligan's Island I always remember, and it's the one where fucking Gilligan decides he's gonna make himself some wings.
Fly, and he falls out of the tree.
Yeah, so he can fly.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't fall out of the tree. What happens is he finds all these feathers. He puts this whole thing together and makes himself a set of wings. Climbs up to the top of a palm tree, and he jumps off and he goes, "Skipper, look, I made some wings," And then he goes, "I'm flying." And Skipper looks up at him, and fucking grabs his hat and goes, "Gilligan, you can't fly. It's impossible." And Gilligan goes, "I can't." And he goes, "No." And then Gilligan drops like a rock.
Yeah.
But until that point, I'm just saying, it seems like a stupid sitcom, but I mean, that little blurb right there.
Well, it's just, like when the coyote runs off the cliff and he doesn't realize that there's gravity until he looks down, right?
Yeah.
It says it's the same, like you're saying, they reused the gag. It's the same gag.
Yeah, man. But, so, this clip comes to mind here. How did this happen? Hold on a second. For some reason, I don't know where this other scene went. All right, stand by. Hang on a minute. All right, let me get this together. Hey,
trying to think what else was on in the afternoons.
Anyways,
Gilligan's Island, the Brady Bunch.
What I was going to tell you was that it just seems like a stupid little skit, and it's funny to laugh when Gilligan falls out of the sky and gets all banged up and hits the ground. But the point is, Gilligan believed he could fly, and he was flying. And it wasn't until fucking the skipper said he couldn't that he didn't, and fucking dropped like a rock.
Right.
So I'm just saying, there's an important lesson to be learned in that just little blurb from Gilligan's Island. You know what I mean? I know it sounds stupid, but hold on a second. What am I? Oh, I know what I'm doing now. See, I got sidetracked. All right, there we go. All right, see if we can make this happen. All right, it's Age Ground Zero Plus.
You walk into this room at your own risk, because it leads to the future. Not a future that will be, but one that might be. This is not a new world. It is simply an extension of what began in the old one. It has patterned itself after every dictator who has ever planted the ripping imprint of a boot on the pages of history since the beginning of time. It has refinements, technological advances, and a more sophisticated approach to the destruction of human freedom. But like every one of the superstates that preceded it, it has one iron rule. Logic is an enemy and truth is a menace.
All right. Before we move on, Amber just said people watch the same shows and movies because they know how it's going to end, and there's a comfort in that. You know what? She's right, though.
Yeah, that's a very good hypothesis.
I think so. All right. What is this dude's name? Now, this is the guy that was the trainer for Sly Stallone in first Rocky. His little
that guy was in a bunch of movies.
Yeah, what's this prick's name?
I don't know.
Look at him. He's young, full of vigor. Look at him.
I'll check the Wikipedia.
Yeah, what's this fucking guy's name? It doesn't matter. You all know who this is. This is you can just see him making Sly Stallone shake that chicken. Remember that?
Yeah.
The first Rocky movie?
Burgess Meredith.
Yeah, Burgess Meredith.
He also played one of the Batman villains, right?
Yeah, he pulls a fast one on this fucking guy, too. He does. Look at these people in the background while we're here. Just real quick. Look at the people in the background. Look at them. One of them's got two hands on his forehead and he's looking at the ground. The other dude is sitting there just like fucking, his hands are crossed. He's looking at the ground. And then behind them, there's a couple. And the woman has her head on the shoulder of the guy, and the guy is looking back. They all look like, I don't know, man. They don't look happy in the future there. You know what I mean? Burgess Meredith.
Yeah, he was the Penguin, Batman.
The Penguin.
He was the Penguin.
Yeah, All right, here he comes. Here comes your man, your myth, your legend, Burgess Meredith, back when he was young. Look at him. He probably, he probably sat around going, man, I almost got that James Dean role in Rebel Without a Cause. I almost got it. Fuck, man, I did a good audition, but...
Oh, man, this guy was in like 100 movies.
I know. He flew under the radar. But he was living fat. He had himself a big cigar. He used to kick back on his Adirondack. Look down, lights in Los Angeles. All right, here he comes.
This is Mr. Romney Wordsworth. In his last 48 hours on Earth, he's a citizen of the state, but will soon have to be eliminated. Because he's built out of flesh, and because he has a mind.
You've been under investigation, Mr. Wordsworth, for the mandatory period of 1 year and 11 months. You're found to be obsolete. The purpose of this hearing is to make a finding in the matter and make a sentence accordingly. Do you understand that, Mr. Wordsworth? Your occupation, Mr. Wordsworth?
A librarian.
A librarian. Having to do with books.
Yes, sir. Books.
Since there are no more books, Mr. Wordsworth, there are no more libraries. The field investigators in your sector have classified you as obsolete. Your rights are as follows, Mr. Wordsworth. You are to be liquidated within a period of 48 hours.
Oh. Look at that dude. Look how high up he is compared to the guy. He's up like 15 feet. Look at that shit.
Yeah.
You have been, the investigators in your sector have found you to be obsolete, Rock and Rio.
That's right. And your books are obsolete.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Burgess Meredith doesn't go out like a sucker in this episode. I'll tell you right now. Burgess Meredith's a lot smarter than he looks. Especially in this movie. Excuse me. All right. What time is it? It's 9:46 or 8:46. All right. Well, listen, Rock and Rio. You're not the obsolete man, I don't think.
No. Not yet, anyway.
Clyde plays a clip of that. Yeah. Does he?
It says here he was also the Puff the Magic Dragon's voice.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. Hey, I learn something new every time we do a show.
You know what? I'm scrolling off of that video. And I came across, it's John Wayne Speaks to America. Americans. I wonder if it's real. I don't know. You know what? It's Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, whenever you're listening. Is it already Sunday where you are, Rock and Rio?
Well, it will be soon.
There's
A few
always
minutes.
some place where something is happening in the future, but it's never some place that happened in the... Oh, wait a minute. It's happening...
It's Sunday in Australia right now.
Yeah, but where is it Friday right now? That's the question.
Well, nowhere.
Nowhere? See?
Nowhere.
All right.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah. It's always 4:20 somewhere. Broken clock's always right twice a day, right? But then,
That's right.
how do you signify a day if you don't have a clock? By the moon? By the sun?
American opportunity has no limits, has been known to knock more than once. How about you very young people who see a tough life ahead? Well, when Lee surrendered to Grant at Appomattox, Booker T. Washington was a 9-year-old slave. Yet by the time he was 28, he became president of Tuskegee Institute. And at 8 months, Neil Armstrong took his first small baby step toward mankind and fell flat on his face. At 6 years old, Mickey Mantle was settling for a base on balls. At 7, Wilt Chamberlain nailed a practice hoop over his garage without a ladder. And at 8, Charles Lindbergh was flying a kite wondering how it'd feel to be up that high. At 9, Burt Bacharach was thinking the piano lessons would never end. How many of you are pushing 50 and complaining that the country is going to hell? Crispus Attucks was in his 40s when he died on State Street in Boston, fighting for the freedom that we share. And John F. Kennedy was 44 when he asked not what his country could do for him, but what he could do for his country.
Huh.
Interesting.
Well, do you think anybody would resonate with that today?
Well,
I'm
50 and I'm a grumpy old man.
I'm just saying,
Look at these kids today.
Dude, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. I mean, do you think this attitude you see running around, do you think there's people wanting to do stuff for their country? Like, isn't there like it used to be the shiny house on the hill or whatever?
Right.
Remember that? Remember the old
Yeah.
shiny house on the hill and all that whole speech?
Yeah.
What happened to all that, It used to seem like, it used to just halfway seem like, America was what it, we were helping. Anywhere there was a disaster, we'd go in there with shit, help out, like this and that. And it just went on for so long. Everybody just got used to it. You know what I mean? But then all of a sudden, you find out it's like, it wasn't really like you thought it was. Economic hitman style. You know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying that book, Confessions of an Economic Hitman.
Yeah, you end up in the real world all of a sudden, right?
The loans and all that shit.
Yeah.
The way they set everything up. Yeah, so, it seems like more or less, we seem to have been programmed into being, not necessarily so much, there's so much division, there's really no common goal or thread that every single person in a country would get behind to, do or whatever, and everyone's got their own idea of what should be done, right?
Right.
So there's no everybody's like, I think the only kind of thing that would bring everybody together would be something that was out of control,
Well, Reagan said, if we ever faced an alien threat, right? That was his thing. And then the world would unite. It seems like we might be on the edge of that now. Right?
I ain't even talking about the world uniting. I'm talking about just
I know,
America.
but I mean people in general, right? Like nationally, like if we got invaded, I guess that would probably be the one thing that would unify. But maybe not. I don't even know if that would do it at this point.
No. I don't know. Because a lot of people, they're sitting there, they don't like what's going on, and they don't care how it gets, someone gets rid of it. You know what I mean? That's the thing, is there's a fantasy of, the thing you don't like's going on, and, somehow if you get rid of it some way, that everything's going to be all right. But it's never like that, is it? I mean, most of the time when the thing you didn't, the government or the thing you didn't want, once you get that out of the way, the next guy comes in there, that's when you find out you didn't get what you thought you were going to get when you signed up for that.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. It never works out. That's the thing. That's why you don't ever hear, when you say the word anarchy, you're making people's minds go to these dudes with skateboards and ski masks, breaking Starbucks windows on their skateboard or whatever. Spray painting some shit. But they don't, the actual, no masters, no slaves. What's wrong with that? Nothing. But I guess you can't have that.
Well, unless you're the master, then you get upset about not having slaves.
Well, I don't know, man. I'm just saying. I mean, here's John Wayne. Look at him. Here, I'm gonna go back and so you can look at him. Look at him. Look at John Wayne. He used to light up a camel and sit there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sit there with his fucking camel, smoking it. Look at him.
How many of you over 65 are just settling down now to rest after a busy life? Well, a fellow by the name of Eisenhower, who had already lived one lifetime as a soldier, was reelected to the presidency when he was 67 years young. Well, by now I've made my point, or I never will. Oh, there's one other thing. Every man and woman or child I've ever known, met, seen, or heard of wants one thing more than anything else in the world. That one thing is tomorrow. Tomorrow, that's the only thing any of us have going for us. And I believe this. If tomorrow, all of us, every single one of us gets out of bed and says, this is my country, and I'm going to do good for it, we'll make the greatest step forward since a pilgrim's foot found Plymouth Rock. Tomorrow, remember, this is my country and I'm gonna do good for it. Just might work. We'll never know unless we give it a fair try. Oh yeah, there's one other thing I'll say tomorrow because I say it every day of my life. God bless America.
Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the ocean wide with foam. God bless my home, sweet home. God bless America, land I love. Stand beside her.
Oh man!
And guide her.
Look at that, Johnny Cash.
Oh, there's a ton of people
This
in
is
this.
crazy, man.
I saw Bob Hope, Michael Landon.
It looks like every.
This is the
hang on a
most
second.
dangerous planet in the universe.
It looks like every single star in the world was on this video.
Oh, the dude from Hee-Haw, what was his name?
Yeah.
I forget.
Yeah, I forget his name too. Yeah. Fuck, that is crazy, man. Look at them all. I can't believe I almost want, there's only like another minute left. I almost want to let it roll just because I want to see who else is on here.
From the mountain.
Look at that. Is that Ed McMahon right there? Who the fuck is that?
I don't know because I'm on delay, so I'm.
Hold on, I'll wait.
A few seconds behind you here.
When you see the dude with the red vest, I think it's
Oh yeah,
Is that
that's Ed? That's Ed.
That's what I thought. Look at Ed. That's crazy, man. Look at Ed. Look at it. Oh, man. Phyllis Diller. Look at that.
Oh, I remember her.
Look at that.
Cut the chatter and spin the platter.
That is crazy, man. Who the fuck is that?
Who after Phyllis Diller?
Yeah, that's somebody with some kind of wig on, but I can't tell who it is.
I don't know. Haven't gotten that. I see Phyllis Diller.
John Wayne is causing controversy in the chat room already.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
I didn't realize John Wayne was such a controversial character.
He was actually.
I know.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. I was just minding my own business. All of a sudden, John Wayne popped up in a video. Next thing I know, there's a whole John Wayne conspiracies I didn't even know about.
He did fight against the communists, though, in Hollywood, back when that was a thing, where they were hunting the communists in Hollywood.
Didn't they? Do you think they superimposed communist and globalist? Like now they used to go, there's communists everywhere, blah, blah, blah. Now they say, well, there's globalists. They're everywhere. Sussing out the globalists.
Well, aren't the globalists essentially communists on a larger scale?
I would say globalists and communists are probably the same people.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I don't know who the brother with the wig is.
Me neither.
I mean, I recognize the face, but I can't tell
that
you who
ain't
it
Flip
is.
Wilson, is it?
No.
No, that ain't Flip Wilson. I don't know. The mustache might be fake too, though. That's the thing.
White with gold.
Bing Crosby.
Bing.
Dude, look at it. Does he have an elongated skull?
Bing Crosby. Well, he's kind of got a cone head a little bit.
Let me ask you this question: is he Admiral Byrd? He looks just like Admiral Byrd, doesn't he?
Kinda.
The dude who flew into the hole up in fucking Antarctica.
Yeah.
Bing, look at him.
Yeah. Yep. Bing Crosby.
Man, you gotta. I mean, I'm sure
This is it's. I mean, these guys are like the golden age of Hollywood, right? 40s, 50s,
dude.
stars, celebrities.
If you
and they lingered on into the 70s.
If you know the name of the actors on this video, you are fucking irrelevant. I'm just letting you know.
You have to be at least Gen X to understand to know these people, right?
That's what I'm saying. Most people don't even know who this shit is. That's why, I mean, why? Let me ask you a question. Why couldn't you take a successful music act that started out in the clubs and made its way up, played up a bunch of shows, and got some records, why couldn't you imitate that exact band, but just throw in some other people and do exactly what they did? Because for whatever reason, those songs made people come to those shows. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's some sort of, in other words, it doesn't have to, there could be a band you never even heard of. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, I'm going to throw it out there like this. The Greg Kihn Band. Okay? You could fucking go back into the Greg Kihn Band's catalog and pull out fucking 13 Greg Kihn songs. Number one, no one has ever even heard these songs ever before. But they were badass songs, and they made people could show up to shows back in the day, though. So why wouldn't they do the same thing? You just change up the, whoever the presentation, the musicians. Was there a certain magic in that band that can't be duplicated? Like it happened because that was the moment, and all those guys were together, and it was the thing they were doing. Is that what it was, or was it something else? You see what I mean? Rock.
Mhm.
I don't know. I know that's Bing Crosby though, so I guess I'm your.
Well, Braxis said Johnny Mathis might have been the guy with the wig.
It's right, Johnny Mathis.
Johnny Mathis.
That's exactly who that was.
Chances are.
Remember when Blue Oyster? They're talking about Joan Crawford. Remember Blue Oyster Cult? Joan Crawford has risen from the grave. That song.
Yeah.
Joan. Maybe I'll dig that up. There's Lucille Ball. Look at her.
Lucy.
You know
I'm
what?
home.
You know what? She used to pick up radio stations in her skull, and they told her,
on her tooth,
and
on her filling.
Yeah, but they told her it was radio stations on her tooth.
They might have just been beaming her.
They were beaming signals into her head way back then. She was getting too powerful, man. They couldn't have it. Not in Hollywood. You know what I mean?
She was like the queen at one point, right?
Yeah. Yeah. There was. I've seen these cartoons where it's these old folks in an old folks home, and they're sitting around and they're listening to music, and they're listening to like Metallica, and there's like a Led Zeppelin record on the floor and shit. It's funny, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because the old people are getting different than they were back in the day. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, old people got old. They just went off and, they were old over there. But the people that are getting old now, they rocked or whatever. They were going to shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, all those rock and roll stars that we grew up with, they're all aging out at this point too, right? I mean,
I was just wondering.
Like Mick Jagger's got to be close to 90 now, right?
You know what just crossed my mind earlier today was Steve and Tyler. Like, for some reason. I don't know. I know this. It's Ground Zero Plus. Saturday night, chilluminatti. We'll open up some phones in a minute.
Brother, help me please. I'm as lonely as I can be. All my friends are scaring me. But if you forget me, then I will be. Yeah. Sister, what can I do? I'm in love with Tootsie too. Please excuse me if I am low, but my feelings have to show. People.
you know?
No, I don't.
Man, that's some clean. I mean, everything's clean, all on solo records.
He might have done some of that himself, I would think.
It was a trip because we talked about him last week or whatever. It's like we talked about him, and we were saying, why did he get the shag and all that? And then all of a sudden, I saw this picture of him now. I was thinking, fuck.
Yeah, he's a wrinkled old prune now.
Well, I just mean, imagine being able to just look at yourself, in these videos when you get older. Like, you're that generation of old people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying, are people just going to go out, like, what are the new older people going to be like? They're going to be kicking it, inviting each other over to the room, smoke some cannabis.
I don't know. Maybe.
I'm just saying. Isn't the next older generation going to be smoking cannabis?
Yeah, well, probably.
You would think. They went to concerts, didn't they?
Yeah.
At some point. I mean, don't you just do you think you reach a certain age where you just say, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to smoke myself some weed. No matter how you might have been in your former life, but then you realize, you're older. Why not smoke a little weed? If it's legal or you got medical issues, it helps,
It's good for cataracts, right?
I don't know, man. Has anyone even thought about the new old people? I mean, they're gonna be younger, older people. You know what I mean?
Well, the hippies are aging up into that level now, right?
No, those hippies are gone, man. Those are older, old people. Those people are just,
Well, I mean, you're talking about like 80-year-olds smoking weed,
Well, I ain't talking about 80-year-olds. I'm talking about like 70-year-olds, 60-year-olds. When do people normally go into those homes where they live all together, in the community?
Usually 70s, 80s.
All right, so that's what I'm saying. When you get to that point, because eventually, don't you think, like, for example, if you had it like your house, you got to do all this shit every year. You got to do this, that, and the other thing. But there comes a point where you just don't want to maintain shit anymore. You know what I mean? You just want to kick back. Isn't that the point where people move into apartments or whatever? You don't want a house and having to deal with all that, do you? You don't want to be raking leaves and shit when 75 years old.
Well, hopefully you get kids or grandkids to do that for you.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
I'm
just saying that's how they.
If you don't, you got to pay the gardener, man.
I'm saying that's how they coax older people to just. They're like, come on over. It's much easier over here.
We'll mow your lawn. We'll cook your meals. We'll do your laundry.
It's like a hotel.
It is kind of.
You just roll around.
We'll have the chessboard and the parcheesi out for you.
No, you don't play. The new old people have Ouija boards.
Well, maybe.
It's crazy, man, when you think about it. Or I mean, we talked. I don't want to bring it up, but we talked about some of the stuff that's going on around the world where you could just go in there. It's like a procedure.
Oh yeah,
it's fucking ridiculous.
Canada will help you out if you decide it's time.
It's crazy, man. Wizards. Yeah. Wizards, dude. Anyway, you want to give out that phone number? Are you all prepared in case someone does actually call?
Yeah, we can call in now. You got to remember it's one at a time, folks. So
you got to
718-618-9905.
You got to wait until the person hangs up that calls.
Yeah. Well, I could answer it, but it'll just put the other person on hold. So you can only have one talker at a time, unfortunately.
Hold on a second. Something happened. Captain. I don't know what happened just now, but I gotta try to backtrack before it's too late, man. Anyways, how about that crazy Trumpster making statements?
Oh, he just fired 4,000 people.
Did he?
Yeah.
Doesn't surprise me.
He just fired 4,000 unnecessary and redundant government workers.
Unnecessary and redundant. I remember during the Michelle Pfeiffer incident, you were essential or non-essential.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I declared myself essential even though I wasn't. And nobody ever said nothing about it.
When you're in telecom, you're always essential.
And I wasn't in telecom. I'm just a mechanic these days.
You're not a satanic mechanic, though.
No. I'm an anti-satanic mechanic.
Man, did you get... I'm telling you right now, you should have got yourself a fucking... excuse my French. You should start yourself up a call-in show, man. And then you could just offer consultation, out of some kind of a fee,
But they don't call us now when we're on the air,
Right now?
Yeah.
Take a call about a 57 Chevy where the left wiper won't work.
I would. If somebody asked me that question on the air, I would answer it. No problem.
All right. Hold on a second. Let me see what I got going on here. Oh, I remember now. Oh, that reminds me of Queensryche. Oh, I remember now. It's a clean mix, man. All right, here's some more of this.
And now are you, Paul?
You sound funereal, Harvey.
And I sound the way I feel. I'm helping you because you asked me to as a friend, Paul. I can give you efficiency and dedication, but enthusiasm I can't dredge up even to the minutest degree.
No sense of adventure? No wonder at the unknown?
Some wonder. Some inquisitiveness as to how a human being can place himself in such jeopardy, not only with willingness, but with anticipation.
Jeopardy? Harvey, old friend, the jeopardy I face comes in shadow. Yours happens to be much more real. But of the two, there isn't much choice. Did you happen to drink milk this morning, Harvey? What was the strontium-90 content of the glass? And has it occurred to you that the things you've been eating over the last couple of years might be turning your bones into sawdust? Oh, Harvey, speak to me of jeopardy, if you will, but don't make it sound as if I have an exclusive franchise on the calculated risk. You and I both share this dubious distinction with several million of our peers who inhabit the 20th century.
And you don't care for the 20th century?
I do not. I will now tell you as succinctly as possible how I classify the times. We live in a cesspool, a septic tank, a gigantic sewage complex in which runs the dregs, the filth, the misery-laden slop of the race of men, his hatreds, his prejudices, his passions, and his violence. And the keeper of the sewer? Man. He is a scientifically advanced monkey who walks upright and with eyes wide open into an abyss of his own making. His bombs, his fallout, his poisons, his radioactivity, everything he designs as an art for dying is his excuse for living. No, Harvey, we live in an exquisite bedlam, an insanity. Maybe all the more grotesque by the fact that we don't recognize it as insanity.
Did it ever occur to you that some of these scientifically advanced monkeys make bombs as a simple expedient for survival? That across this planet there are other scientifically advanced monkeys who would pulverize us into dust if they thought they could do so with impunity?
I don't need a lesson in current events. I'm pretty well up on the times. So the freedom-loving monkeys make bombs. Well, the aggressors make bombs. And ultimately, somebody pushes a button. And just as ultimately, this Earth disappears. And all of this, I suppose, is right and practical and expedient. A few germs will rise up out of the rubble and wave microscopic flags of victory and shed a few microscopic tears for the race of men. Harvey, are you content with this kind of status quo? Are you satisfied with this kind of 20th century?
So wait, what's the catch?
Uh-oh.
That's what most people...
What's the catch? It's Saturday night. Chilluminatti. I'm here with Rotten Maria. They're saying that the number is coming back saying not available or something.
Oh, we do have a caller.
All right, stand by.
The sun could never fall away. The bliss that lay
sounds good. All right.
Is that Trish?
I don't know. Is someone there?
Yeah, Trish is here.
Oh, hello.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, what's
I
happening?
got a question for Rio.
Okay.
All right, so I got an old '07 Ford Ranger,
Uh-huh.
stick shift, because I don't know how to drive an automatic. And I think it's the clutch. At first, I thought it was the rotors in the brakes. It's making that grinding sound,
Uh-huh.
but the brakes are working fine. And it only makes that grinding sound when I'm coming up to a stop sign and I I put it into neutral and I put the brakes on as soon as, or excuse me, I put it into neutral and I got my foot on the clutch and I got my foot on the brake. You'll hear this grinding sound. But as soon as I take my foot off the clutch, it stops grinding. So I took it to a mechanic and he said it was the U-joint.
That's very possible, yeah. Could be the throwout bearing in the clutch, too.
The what? The throwout bearing in
Yeah,
the clutch?
throwout bearing in the clutch. They tend to get noisy. And they'll whine if you're in gear. And they quiet up when you're on the clutch because it's got pressure on it, so it doesn't rattle. But yeah, U-joint is a good possibility too. U-joint will make noise all the time when you're going down the road.
You could always swing by his shop and have him take a listen to it.
Well, yeah, it's only about an 8-hour drive to the shop from where you are, Trish.
Yeah.
Well,
so okay, let me break that down again real quick. What you said. What kind of ball bearings? What was it now?
Throwout bearing in the clutch would make that kind of noise.
Throwout.
Or I mean, the clutch disc could just be getting worn to the point too, where it's starting to grind because it's got little pucks on it that look like brake pads, and they do wear out too. So could be the pressure plate, but it's probably one of those if it's just when you're on the clutch.
Yeah, because he replaced the U-joint and it was quiet for about a day, and now it's starting to make that sound again.
See?
It's almost, I almost thought I think he just threw grease on this thing, and now the grease is wearing off, and I'm hearing that sound again.
Oh, yeah, well, grease is not how you fix that.
Hey, yeah, I definitely did listen to Freeman Fly. And yeah, he used to come on, he used to be a regular guest on the Alex Jones show. And then, he had his own show. And then he eventually, his big dream is to, and this is, before technology had reached, the point it is now, obviously. But his big dream was to drive around and to get a school bus and turn it into a fucking studio where you could drive around and do shows and this and that. And so he sat there and, he put a lot of time and energy into it, and then he got the bus and they were doing the thing or whatever. And then it was thing got 7 miles to the gallon and kept fucking breaking down and this and that. And so he kind of, once he reached that bus scenario, that's pretty much where I lost track of Freeman. But then he came back years later. He's still doing his thing somewhere. If you type his name in, he's doing a show somewhere. We were trying to get him on, but it was Epic Journeyman was contacting him. So I'm not sure if I never sent him an email or anything like that, but he was around. And he was he's obviously he was one of the first people to ever talk about a lot of the shit that people talk about now and just take for granted, like it's they just throw it around as common knowledge, but they don't even know where it came from. Freeman Fly was one that did a lot of stuff about then there was this point where he met up with this dude named Freighter X. He was doing something where he was in New York and he was going to go check out this Masonic temple. You know what I mean? And he was down there. I don't know how he met Freighter X, but then Freighter X came on the scene as a Mason, but that he wasn't a bad Mason kind of thing. And he was
Well, the lower level Masons generally aren't bad because they haven't reached the level of the secrets yet.
He was some dude or whatever. He was not just some. He wasn't just a third degree. You getting the third degree? He's giving me the third degree. No, but he no, Freeman did a whole bunch of stuff on secret societies, Masonic temples, Masons. That was one of his big subject matters that he dealt with. But he also dealt with Hollywood and different shit, you know, obviously programming, so on and so forth. So, I mean, I'm just saying he was, you know, one of the forefathers of that kind of shit. So, I mean, if he's still around, Melissa Dykes, those guys, Aaron and Melissa Dykes, their channel, True Stream Media.
Yeah, they're still putting out stuff.
Fuck yeah, they are. They got good shit. You know, all of their shows are good. You can count on it. Like when you go there, you can definitely count on whatever it is. Seriously, Clyde should have those guys on. I mean, I don't know if we could have them on.
Oh, why? Melissa's been on our show before.
I know, but it's a long time ago. You know. Anyway, doesn't matter. But you can go over there and check their channel out, True Stream Media. I don't know if they have a YouTube channel, but they have a...
Yeah, they do.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can check them out. They're good. So we're, I think we're number 10. Richard C. Hoagland just pushed us out.
We got another call coming in. Oh, hang on, Trish. Hello?
Hello.
Hear me? This is Antonio. How you all doing? You, Jimmy, Rock and Rio, the audience. How you all doing?
Hey, we're doing good, man. How's it going, Antonio? Now, can
good.
Can Trish hear when she's on?
No, she's. It puts her on hold.
Hey, Antonio, can you hold on a second? Because we're going to go back to the other caller and let her know that she won't be able to listen if she's on hold.
All right, hang on. I'm going to switch over here.
Ahead.
Okay, thank you. I got the UFO story.
Okay, cool. We definitely want to hear it. Just stand by.
Hey, Trish.
Hey, Trish.
Yeah.
So now we got another caller. So if
I'm going to jump off.
Yeah, because
thanks for answering my question.
Yeah, if you know, it unfortunately it's hard to tell unless I can actually like drive it or hear it. But if it clunks,
record
it. If it clunks when you're going into gear, it's a U joint. If it's grinding when you're out of gear, it's in the clutch itself. It's either the bearing or the plate.
Okay, that's what it is.
Record it with your phone and then play it back to Rio, and then he'll be able to tell.
Yeah, maybe. I would know instantly if I drove it. But
give out your email address so Trish can contact you.
The email is top secret. But
all right, well, you guys figure out how to give her your top secret email without saying it.
Well, I have her.
That's fine.
I have her phone number. I could call her back.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh,
all right.
There you go.
Let's get off of here so Antonio can get on.
All right.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Well, there you go. She could just be on the phone with you, and then you could hear the noise. It's perfect. It's perfect, man. I don't know.
Hey, let's get Antonio back here.
Antonio.
Yeah, Jimmy. Rock and Rio, I'm here.
All right, so you said you had a story for us?
Yeah, I have, in my 65 years, I've had 2 UFO encounters. One I already told on your show, Jimmy. And this is the other one I have. Never told anybody.
All right, let her rip.
Okay. All right, so this UFO incident happened in a medium security federal prison in Marianna, Florida. Now, Marianna, Florida is known for the golf sightings. Probably a lot of people have heard about it. There's been many sightings out there. All right, so let me give you a layout of the prison, more or less. Picture like, let's say, 100 acres, a square, 100-acre square. On one side is 4 two-story buildings, and then all around the other three parts of the square, you have the chapel, library, chow hall, and then in the back, you have there's the yard. The yard is about, I'd say, about 20 acres, probably. It's got a double fence, razor wire, constant 2 pickup trucks going around the perimeter at all times. Are you there?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, good. All right. So these prisons, federal prisons, would leave the prison open till 10 p.m., which was amazing because prisoners would be out there in the yard, actually sitting down, playing cards, walking around the yard, doing exercise. Now, what's peculiar about this is that behind this yard, there was a runway. And the runway belonged to the Raytheon Corporation, which you probably all know it's involved in aerospace, military defense technology, and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Now, okay, so it's about 9 o'clock at night, sitting on the benches in the yard, and just enjoying the night and looking at the runway there, and all of a sudden, all the lights turn off, and the whole prison gets blacked out. So immediately, they call. The prison comes on the loudspeaker and says, recall, everybody back to the units. Now, this was pitch black. I mean, somebody really could escape. So,
wow.
We all start going back. Yeah, we all start going back to the units. Okay, now, the units each have a sidewalk going into one of the 4 buildings. So it's all a sidewalk system that goes around and it goes from the units. And so we're all walking towards the unit. And there is, I guess, a craft hovering in the back of the units, around in the middle, maybe at about 300 feet. Now, this craft was lit up. It was shining. So I couldn't see the shape or anything. But it didn't make no noise at all. It was just hovering there.
Damn.
And we're walking into the unit, and this thing is just floating there. It's like, I'd say probably 40, 50 feet. It looked circular. It was lights all the way around shining onto this prison. And so we went in, and that was
you
it.
didn't just sit there
Yeah.
and stare at it, man, looking at it? Going, what the fuck?
No. They want us to keep walking in because they've recall everybody back to the units. They want us in the units, so we can't stop.
They don't want you. They don't want you.
Look as we're walking.
So do you got the feeling they didn't want you to see it? Is that why they told you to go in?
I didn't see.
No, I'm saying, is that why
I didn't see.
Is that why they told you to go in?
Excuse me. Go ahead. I didn't hear.
No, I'm saying, is that why they told you to go in? Because they didn't want you to see the object, the UFO or the.
Oh yeah. Well, when all the lights went out in the whole prison, there were some people still in the yard. It's something that they would leave the yard open till 10 at night. It's amazing. I used to think to myself and say, "Wow, it's 9:30 and I'm out here." But yeah, what made them recall was all the lights going out, all the electricity going out. And this is when they call the recall. So everybody's going back to the units, walking back to the units, and behind the 4 units is this craft floating there, shining the lights onto the prison. And the lights were so strong, you couldn't see what type of craft it was, but it didn't make no noise. And it was hovering there. It wasn't far from us either.
Jeez.
Might have been 300 feet in the air, maybe 100, 200 yards away, right behind the buildings where we're walking in. And this thing didn't make no noise. And I'll tell you this, after that, the Bureau of Prisons and all the prisons of all the states never left the yard open till after sunset. They wouldn't leave it open. So they changed their whole procedure because of that event. They changed the whole procedure.
Jesus.
Now, I'm thinking to this day, they still close the yards at sunset because of that. Now, I'm thinking, if it was Raytheon, one of Raytheon's craft,
Yeah.
and they would not tell the Bureau of Prisons.
Golden,
for sure, this is military. This is military secret, so the Bureau of Prisons would stay, uninformed, and they would just have to take the action that they did, which is not leave the prison yards open. Go ahead, Jimmy. I'm sorry.
Golden Eagle in the chat is asking, did the guards shoot at it?
Oh no.
No.
The guard. It was pitch black. Can you hear me? Because my phone's making this weird.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Are you there?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Sorry. No. The guards were two pickup trucks going around the square, the perimeter. At different, separated, constantly riding around. What they probably did was I don't even remember, because when they called recall, we're saying, what's going on with recall? But they would probably stand by with their lights on and probably even cruise faster around the perimeter. But it was really dark. But there's 2 fences with Constantine razor wire on there, they could have gotten out, but yeah, no, they did not shoot at it. There wasn't no towers. That was a medium security.
All right, Antonio, man, that's a fact. I really appreciate you sharing that story with us, because especially since you never told anyone before. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right.
I wanted to say, if it was Raytheon, they wouldn't know about it. But it was the classic UFO where all the electricity goes out and everything, Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying, that's the only thing, the electricity going out. There you go. All right, listen.
Yep.
We can only take one call at a time, so we can't take another call while you're on the line. So let's give out the number, 618-718-9905. Is that it, Rock and Rio?
You're close. It's 718-618-9905.
I see. Oh, yeah, they're talking about the sleaze stacks over in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Antonio, thank you for calling, man.
Yes.
We'll talk to you soon.
Oh, you're welcome, man. Thank you for having me.
Take care.
On your show.
Thanks, man.
Okay, man. Good to hear from you all. Okay.
Same to you.
Goodbye.
So grease up your baby for a ball on the hill. I'll polish them rockets now and swallow those pills and say, oh. Space Lord, mother. There's a car in the field now in a column of flame with 2 doors to choose, but only one bears your name.
All right, it's Ground Zero Plus. My name's Jimmy. That's Rock and Rio. 718-618-9905 is the number to call.
Off the pitch now and a scope of your tune, you'll sing. Oh.
another caller, Jimmy.
All right. He came from his throne 1,000 miles away. He drinks from your tit and sings the blues every day. Now give him the strength to split the world in two. He ate all the rest, and now he's got to eat you. All right, we got a caller?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
413. Hello.
413. What's happening?
Eric from Massachusetts. How's it going tonight?
Hey, what's up?
What's happening? You broke up.
I actually bought a car from Albany, so I was going to ask you about it.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually found on Craigslist this 2003 Mercury Grand Marquis, like, you know, the Panther body cop car thing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And nothing's wrong with it other than a little bit of body underneath where the weep holes are in the doors, like where the water flows down.
Right.
There's a little bit of holes in the what is the body, because, you know, it's a unibody, so it's not a body on frame vehicle. I was just trying to figure out what to fill it with, if just Bondo, or I was even thinking like those steel sticks you see there. It's not big holes, but just what kind of, you know, body work maybe.
Are they on the outside? Like, are they outside of the door skin, or are they on the inside?
No, it's where the weep holes are is in the corners of the doors, like where you would hit your leg if you got out.
Right. Yeah. So, best thing to do is just treat the rust, knock the loose rust off with like a wire brush or wire toothbrush if you can get in there with it, and then you can get it's called rust mort or rust converter. It's basically like a phosphoric acid base. You can put that on there and it'll seal it up. It'll convert the rust back to solid metal, and you can seal it. They make wax sealers that you can put in there too.
Is that rust one like a paste? Is it like a paste?
No, it's a liquid. You put it on. Yeah, there's a rust converter, which is basically phosphoric acid, and they call it rust mort. It actually it turns it into like a black oxide coating, so it seals it up so it doesn't continue to rust.
All right, look, I am the master. Okay, I have just the master of ceremonies for this show, and I just named your call-in show.
Uh-huh.
I've just created.
Life is more
Hold on, I just created your brand. All right, stand by. I'm gonna give it to you. Caller, stay there. Stay there.
Yep.
All right, hold on a second. Listen, Rock and Rio's new call-in show is called "I'm in Love with My Car." Rock and Rio's garage. See, man, this could be your intro.
The machine of a dream.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you found it. Rock and Rio's secret garage.
Most people don't even know who this is.
It's a puppet. And the hubcaps all green.
See, I just could have made your intro right there, but you talked over it. But you see, man, it's a good vibe, I think. I'm in love with my car.
I wonder if anybody in the chat knows who that is.
I wonder.
Specifically who that is.
Probably not. We'll see. See, if you had Rock and Rio's garage T-shirts, you could give one out to the first person who knew who that was. You know,
We might have to whip up some microcosm and,
shirts.
Rio's garage.
I know, man. You could make I could go on ChatGPT right now and make a Rio's garage logo right now while we sitting here. Seriously.
Yeah. It's funny because Trish called in with her thing, and he's calling in with this one.
That's what I mean.
And they're talking like early 2000 stuff, and I'm. I still cannot get it in my head that like 90s and 2000s cars are considered classic now. Like, it still feels wrong to me.
Look at no one in the chat has said who that was yet.
Yeah.
No,
and no cheating, no Googling
know.
for it. You got to know.
No, they know. They're just busy talking about something else. No, not
Billy Squire. No, not Billy Squire.
Not Billy Squire. It's not Aldo Nova either.
See, I can't tell you who the band is either, because that's the key to the thing. You know the band, you just don't know who's singing.
Man, it's trivia night tonight here on the Chilluminatti. There's nothing more chill than trivia.
That's right.
We're still hanging at number 10, which isn't bad since Saturday night. Nobody knows we're around.
Trisha's got the band.
All right.
But it's not Freddie.
Oh man, you stomped the audience. Rock and roll.
I know.
Oh, you know what, man? Remember the armchair survivalist?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so eventually I had him on, but you weren't there because it was during the day on the Monday show when I had the Monday show on Revolution Radio, and I had him on there, and I never heard something that dude didn't know. You know what I mean? He knew everything, man, about any. When you ask that fucking guy a question, he would just rattle the shit off the top of his head. He wasn't Googling no shit. And so I had him on the Monday show, and I built the whole thing up, like I'm telling you right now, building it up. I'm telling you, I never heard the fucking guy not know some shit. So we go, okay, call in and ask a question. Ask the armchair survivalist a question.
Toby Gillis? No, not Toby Gillis.
And the first fucking guy that called in, oh man, I'm trying to think of who it was from Rev Radio. He calls in and he asks him about shungite. And he stomped the armchair survivalist with shungite. Armchair didn't know what it was.
Shungite?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is either.
Are you kidding? Man, Google it right now. Seriously.
Shungite?
Shungite. You definitely want to know about shungite. Can't believe you don't know about shungite, man.
Eric, you know about shungite? I don't know about shungite.
I can't believe you don't know about it is what I'm saying. Especially a person of your stature, technologically. Who knows, man? Who knows? All I know is it's Ground Zero Plus. Somehow you found us over there on TalkStream Live. Maybe you're on the website. Maybe you're a member. You're in the chat room. You're kicking it. I'm not in the chat room. I don't know if Rio, are you in the chat room over there?
Well, sort of. I am, but I haven't been paying attention to it.
No.
Well, I mean,
yeah. Look at.
There's a few people in there.
Trish has an idea. She's saying the call-in car show should come on after Wake and Bake.
But I'm not home after Wake and Bake.
Drive will change your mind.
You might have to be.
Can't do that.
I'm in love with my car. Rio's secret garage. That's what I'm telling you. Everybody's got a garage, but how many people got a secret garage? Nobody. That's why you're going to have the secret garage where you love your car. And you'll love everybody else's car too, because...
And nobody knows who's saying, I love my car.
There was a person there who put forth the proposition that you can petition the Lord with prayer. Petition the Lord with prayer. Petition the Lord with prayer. You cannot petition the Lord with prayer. Can you give me sanctuary? I must find a place
718-618-9905.
And you find me soft asylum, I can't make it anymore. The man is at the door. Peppermint mini skirts, chocolate candy, champagne. Well, my mind is going through them changes. I feel just like committing a crime. Every time you see me going somewhere, I know I'm going out of my mind, yeah. Oh, my baby, she left me the other day, and we were having a lot of fun. Oh, she knew I just love her so, and that's the reason why she had to run. So right, you know what I mean? So right, what I said. So right.
Buddy Miles. Them changes.
I'm going right out of my mind. Every time you see me going somewhere, I could commit a big old crime, yeah. She had me running, she had me riding, she had me running, hiding, riding, running, had me running, she had me hiding.
Sometimes I'm playing some music in here. The music sounds so good, I forget we're even on the air. I'm just so enveloped by it. Damn.
Did Amber cheat?
I don't know.
Amber, did you cheat? Did you look it up?
Someone knows?
Yeah, Roger Taylor.
Uh-oh. Is the Duran Duran rockin' Rio? Man, there's synchronicities in this whole thing, man.
I'm telling you. Yes, Roger Taylor from Queen, the drummer, was the one who sang I Love My Car.
But then there's a Roger Taylor and Duran Duran.
There is, yes.
Okay, and then Duran Duran's got a song called Rio, doesn't they?
They do, yes.
There you go. And does Rockin' Rio have anything to do with the Duran Duran song?
Yes, it does, actually.
I know. That's why I'm asking you the probing question. Okay, go ahead. Tell us the story of why you are Rockin' Rio, because we don't have much time left. We got.
Oh, okay. So, when I used to work for Bill used to play guitar for Richie, and so I was doing some gigs with Richie, and I'd only met him about
Richie Havens.
Yes, Richie Havens. I don't know, a handful of times at that point, like 3 or 4 times, and Richie was trying to figure out what my rock and roll name should be. So, we did a show. I did a show at my band, and Bill was there. And then, we went to this show and did one show with Richie. And, Bill was telling Richie about, oh, you should have seen these guys. They really rocked it. They were really rocking Rio the other night. And, Richie just kind of looked up and said, Rockin' Rio, that's your new name. And that's it. It stuck. So I've been Rio ever since.
See, you never know what you're going to see. I mean, at some point, you do learn something on the show.
Yeah.
I think. I know I've learned quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I've been
shungite preferably because.
Hold on a second. Here's shungite.
Everyone should get a chunk of shungite, raw shungite preferably, because you can run your water over it, your drinking water over it, or you can store it in a container where you drink water. It will neutralize, kill all the harmful bacteria, whatever is in there. It'll dispel EMFs from it. And when you drink that water will do amazing things inside you because of all the properties that shungite has. I can't begin to tell you the healing qualities of shungite. You have an internal issue, you have a physical issue, be near shungite. It will help you, absolutely. And the Russians have known that since 300-400 years. Peter the Great in 1719 built the first spa for the Russian elite to take baths in. And the water in the spa flowed over beds of shungite. And because the elite shungite, there are three qualities of shungite: elite or noble shungite, which has a carbon content of 98%, and fullerenes, which we're becoming aware of now, the positive effects of fullerenes, and the nano carbons that are being used industrially. In 1719, he built the first spa in Russia. And so they've known about the health benefits of shungite for over 300 years. And that knowledge has only come to the West when the wall went down after 1991. We got access to what the Russians were keeping behind the Iron Curtain. So yeah, shungite is very, very effective. In fact, Peter the Great had every one of his soldiers carry a piece of shungite in their pocket. So no matter where they were, they could take that shungite, and when they took water out of a creek or out of a river, they put the shungite in that before they drank it to kill the bacteria, to kill whatever would be harmful for you. So yeah, I mean, they were way ahead of us in the West. If you buy shungite, make sure it comes from Karelia. Karelia is Russia, and there's a village called Shunga, and hence the name shungite. But the best shungite is Karelian Russian shungite. So make sure that the source is, and there are people faking it. The reason the Karelian shungite noble the elite shungite, because it has at least a 98 or 99% carbon content, fullerenes, which is what you want. That's what makes it so effective. The next lower quality of shungite, and there's color changes, has a little bit of a silvery sheen, the medium shungite. It's about 70% carbon. And then the lowest form of shungite is 40 to 50%. So if you're going to deal with shungite, try to get elite or noble shungite.
There you go.
So
Trading Schwab
hold
is
on,
powered
hold
by
on.
Ameritrade.
Okay, go ahead.
So shungite is, I guess, a form of activated carbon. It is metamorphosized Precambrian rock.
It also blocks RF.
Yeah. Well, it's carbon nanostructure, so that's kind of an interesting thing.
It is.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess I kind of knew about it, but shungite did not sound.
Well, now you know everything about it. At least everything that guy told you. But just keep going with it, because there's plenty to learn about it, and there's lots of people making shit. But you got to know what kind of shungite you want to get.
You want to get elite shungite, huh?
Exactly. So you got to have the elite shungite. All right, listen, time's up. We got to go.
Is it that time already? It is that time
is.
already.
All right. Well, yeah, we're going to leave Ground Zero Plus, and thanks for being here. We appreciate each and every one of you. Know you can spend time somewhere. I'm glad you chilled out here with us. Lean back 33 degrees and chill.
That's right.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Good night, everybody.
What do you want from life? To kidnap an heiress or threaten her with a knife? What do you want from life? To get cable TV and watch it every night? There you sit up citizen, you are entitled to a heated, kidney-shaped pool, a microwave oven. Don't watch the food cook. A Dynagym. I'll personally demonstrate it in the privacy of your own home. A king-size, Titanic, unsinkable Molly Brown waterbed with polybendum, a foolproof plan, and an airtight alibi. Real simulated Indian jewelry. A Gucci shoe tree. A year's supply of antibiotics. A personally autographed picture of Randy Mantooth and Bob Dylan's new unlisted phone number. A beautifully restored Third Reich swizzle stick. Rosemary's Baby. A dream date in knee pads with Paul Williams. A new Matador. A new Mastodon. A Maverick. A Mustang. A Montego. A Merc Montclair. A Mark IV, a Meteor, a Mercedes, an MG, or a Malibu, a Morton